All right, let's talk about Oman. For a lot of B2B businesses, it's one of the most promising and maybe overlooked markets in the GCC. It's a landscape with massive potential, but you can't just show up and expect results. Winning here takes a very specific, data-driven approach. So today, we're going to break down that exact strategy, how to capture attention, build that crucial trust, and actually generate leads. Let's dive in. Okay, let's kick things off with a big number, 98%. What is that? Well, that's the internet penetration in Oman. And look, this isn't just some random statistic. It's a huge signal. It tells us that the professionals, the decision makers you want to reach, they are online. A digital-first strategy isn't just a good idea here, it's absolutely essential.
And that leads us right to this crucial point. The old playbook, cold calls, generic emails, it's fading fast. In a market that's this connected, just broadcasting your message and hoping for the best, it won't cut it anymore. Success is all about strategic, valuable communication. So here's our game plan. First, we'll unpack the digital opportunity in Oman. Then we'll map out the digital landscape, the rules of the road. After that, we'll get into the really important stuff, the culture of trust. From there, we'll look at the kind of content that actually converts, and we'll wrap it all up with a concrete B2B action plan you can use.
First up, Oman's digital opportunity. See, this isn't just another emerging market. We're talking about a nation that's right in the middle of a major transformation. And that's creating this incredible landscape of potential for B2B businesses that are ready to engage in a thoughtful, strategic way.
So what's really fueling this growth? Well, it boils down to three key things. You've got a fast-growing ecosystem of small and medium-sized businesses, a huge national push for digital transformation, and a serious effort to diversify the economy into new sectors like logistics, manufacturing, and tourism. Each one of these creates a real demand for new solutions, new expertise, basically for what you offer. Okay, so the why is pretty clear. The opportunity is definitely there. But to really capitalize on it, we have to map out the digital landscape. It's not just about being online. It's about understanding the specific rules of engagement that work in Oman.
And rule number one is this. When it comes to the B2B space in Oman, LinkedIn is king. It's not just another platform. It's the primary professional hub. It's where decisions get influenced, where partnerships start, where relationships are built. Sure, other platforms can help with brand visibility, but your core B2B strategy has to be built on a solid LinkedIn foundation.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. If you look at markets like the UAE or Saudi Arabia, they're deep into advanced AI and super complex marketing tech. But Oman's focus is different. They're concentrating on building strong digital foundations, things like connectivity and getting SMEs digitized. And you know what? This measured pace is actually a strategic advantage for you. It gives early movers, the ones who invest in creating real value, a golden opportunity to establish themselves as leaders before the market gets too crowded.
All right, this next part, it's absolutely critical. We're talking about the culture of trust. Because in Oman, all the technology, all the platforms, they're just the channel. The real currency, the thing that actually drives business, is relationships. And getting this right is the key to unlocking the entire market.
You really have to let this sink in. Business decisions here aren't just transactional. They're built on a solid foundation of trust, credibility, and mutual respect. So what does that mean for your marketing? It means your content has a completely different job to do. Its job isn't to sell. Its job is to educate, to nurture, and to build your credibility step by step.
And that brings us to what we call the slow burn approach. This is our core strategy here. So forget the hard sell, forget pushing for an immediate sale. This is about playing the long game. It's about delivering consistent, high-value insights time and time again to build a genuine foundation of trust. It's patient, it's respectful, and believe me, it is incredibly effective. So, how do you actually do it? How do you build this trust? Well, you deliver that high-value content consistently. You communicate with a real respect for local customs, hierarchy, and formality. You have to show you're in it for the long haul, not just a quick win. And you always, always choose educational storytelling over any kind of overt sales pitch.
Okay, we've got the mindset down. We understand the strategy. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the content that actually converts. Think of this as your practical toolkit for turning all that trust and credibility you've built into real, measurable leads.
First up, localized case studies. And I mean really local. Forget your generic international examples. A success story featuring a company from Oman or even the wider GCC provides immediate relevance. It's tangible proof that your solutions work right here in their context. That is incredibly powerful for building confidence. Next, your blog posts. They need to be sharp and data-driven, and they have to address the specific pain points in Oman's key growth sectors. So instead of a generic article, think of a title like How Omani Logistics Firms Can Cut Costs by 15%. See the difference? It shows you've done your homework and you actually understand their unique challenges.
Third, you have to move beyond just broadcasting content. You need to create a conversation. And formats like webinars and LinkedIn events are perfect for this. They allow for direct two-way interaction, they build a sense of community, and they position your brand as a true thought leader, not just another vendor trying to sell something. And finally, do not sleep on short-form video. Think about it. Decision makers in Oman are busy and they're on their phones a lot. Quick, punchy, insightful videos that are optimized for mobile are the perfect way to capture their attention. And hey, with Oman's median mobile download speed at a solid 77 megabits per second, you can be sure that your high-quality video is going to play smoothly. Okay, let's pull all these threads together. It's time for your B2B action plan. This is a step-by-step roadmap that takes everything we've talked about and puts it into a simple, repeatable strategy for success.
Think of this as your playbook. It all starts with research. Really nail down your buyer persona and do your keyword research in both English and Arabic. Then you move into creation and distribution. Create that high-value, mobile-first content and make LinkedIn your top priority. Next, you engage and convert. Localize your tone, use valuable lead magnets to capture interest, and then nurture those leads with a smart email strategy. And finally, you measure and adapt. Track what's working, analyze the data, and constantly refine your approach.
And this quote right here really sums it all up, doesn't it? Success in Oman isn't about choosing between global best practices and local culture. It's about blending the two. It's about finding that sweet spot of local authenticity that builds real relationships, ones that last way beyond a single marketing campaign. So I'll leave you with this to think about. In a market where trust literally equals traction, how are you going to build your foundation? The opportunity is massive, but it's there for those who approach it with the right strategy, with respect and with genuine insight.